Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Davison. I'm not in school today. I'm in my house, just like you are. I know some of you think that teachers live in school, but we don't. We have houses just like you do. And at the end of the day, when school's finished, we come home to our houses too. In my house, I live with my husband, John. But I used to have my 3 children living here too. But they all grew up and now they've all got houses of their own. Today, I'm going to read you a story. It's a traditional story, which means it's a very old story. And when I was little, just like you, I used to love this story. My story today is called The 3 Little Pigs. I hope you like this story as much as I did when I was little. My story starts off with once upon a time. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who lived with their mummy pig. But they all grew up, and one day their mummy said, "You need to go and build houses of your own." So the 3 little pigs set off to build a house of their own. The first little pig met somebody who was carrying some straw, and he said, "Can I have some of that straw, please, to build a house?" The little girl gave him some straw, so he built his house out of straw, and there's a picture of him building his house. It looks a nice house, doesn't it? The second little pig met somebody who was carrying some sticks. He said, "Can I have some of those sticks, please, to build a house?" The little boy said yes, so the second little pig built his house out of sticks. And there it is there. He's just working on the roof, just finishing it off. Looks a nice house too, doesn't it? The third little pig, she met a man with some bricks. So she asked the man if she could have some bricks to build her house. And the man said yes. So she set about building her house as well. It looks like a nice strong house, that one, doesn't it? Made out of bricks. She's just finishing the chimney off. The 3 little pigs were very happy with their houses until one day a hungry wolf came along. The little pigs saw him watching from behind the tree and they felt very scared. They all ran into their houses. But then that big bad wolf knocked on the house of the first little pig and said, little pig, let me come in." The little pig didn't want the wolf to come in and he said, No, not by the hair of my chinny chin. So the big bad wolf said, "Well, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." The wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. That poor little pig was so scared. He ran to his brother's house, the house that was made out of sticks. They shut the door, but then soon the wolf knocked at the door of the second little pig's house, and he said again, little pig, let me come in." The little pig said, No, not by the hair of my chinny chin. So the wolf said again, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." So the wolf huffed and he puffed. He blew the house down. The little pigs were really, really frightened. They ran to their sister's house. They ran in and said, "Quick, lock the door. The wolf's coming." Then the wolf knocked at the door of the third little pig and said again, little pig, let me come in." The little pig said, No, not by the hair of my chinny chin. So the wolf said, "Well, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." So he huffed and he puffed and he blew. But the house didn't come down. Oh, the door nearly blew in though, didn't it, by the looks? So then he huffed and he puffed and he blew again. But still, the house didn't come down. It was a very strong house, wasn't it? Can you remember what it was made out of? That's right, it was made out of bricks. So the pig was, well, the pigs were feeling very frightened, but the wolf was feeling hungry still. So he had an idea. He climbed onto the roof and started coming down the chimney. But the little pig had an idea. There he is, coming down the chimney. They filled a pot of boiling water and put it on the fire underneath the chimney. And as that wolf climbed down, he fell into the pot of boiling water. It was very hot and it burnt his bottom. And the wolf ran out of the house going, "Ow, ow, ow!" And you know what, children? The three little pigs never saw that wolf again. And you know what? They lived happily ever after. And that is the end of my story for today. I hope you liked my story. Do you know what? I'm really glad that my house is made out of bricks. I hope yours is too. Right, I'll see you all next week for another story, but meanwhile, take care. Okay, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.